the most important thing in a business by far is the marketing and the sales. If you don't have that, then right, you don't have a business. I got to give my mom a really nice birthday gift. I get to go like buy a cool car I like.
How much has Rocket Detailer booked you, generated you in the last 90 days, gross sales?
It's somewhere in the range here, 70 to 80,000.
That's crazy. How does that process with you? Hey, everybody, this is Ryan, owner, founder, CEO of Rocket Detailer. Today, I'm excited to interview one of our recent most successful clients, Andrew Lindgren with Northwoods Mobile Detailing in St. Paul, Minneapolis, Twin Cities, Minnesota area. He was able to go from joining other programs, plateauing around $15,000 to $30,000 a month. Just recently reached there, was there for a few months. To this month, we're going to smash $70,000 in sales. They've joined me today to talk more about how they're able to do that. Thanks for coming on, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What's your name? What do you do? Where do you live?
My name's Andrew. I go by Drew. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, so capital of Twin Cities here, right in the city. Own and run Northwoods Mobile Detailing here, and this is my second year doing running the business here, and yeah, joined on with Rain this summer, and as you heard, it's been really good. So yeah, it's a pleasure.
Do you have the Urable? Can you show like the number? Or are you talking to me on your phone?
I don't know if y'all can see that.
Let's go. How many jobs are you doing a day from us?
At this point, it's like a minimum of six provided a day from you guys, and then some organic, and then it could go anywhere from 12 to 14 a day. So anywhere in that range, man.
Let's go. Love it, man. How many reviews do you have on Google?
So right now, I believe we're at 241.
Damn, let's go. I think we added at least. What were you at when we first started working together? Were you just under 200? Or were you just over 100?
I think we were in the range of like 170, 180-ish. I remember I was trying to get to that 200 mark.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, love it, man. So, what was the biggest problem you were dealing with before joining the program?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I'd say the biggest issue we had was I think a lot of detailing companies face this is sometimes you'll have really awesome weeks, really awesome, super busy, especially if it's warm out and you got a Google page, you're bound to get some good jobs. It was always, hey, what's next week looking like? What's tomorrow looking like? Very inconsistent with the jobs. I'd say that was the biggest issue.
Yeah, I think you had joined. We're a very big program in the space. Rocket Detailer is pretty commonly known amongst detailers. There's another influencers program you joined as
Mhm.
well. You joined that and then you joined us 2 months later. What did you feel was missing?
Yeah, so I think the program I joined, it definitely helped out in certain aspects of like, here's some tips on operation, here's some tips on software, here's some tips on this and that. But I think the biggest thing I found out, like just talking to Rand and then also like using his system, was that the most important thing in a business by far is the marketing and the sales. If you don't have that, then right, you don't have a business. That part was still a big question mark was, hey, can we get the consistent sales, the consistent marketing? I guess the way to sum it up is and his systems and Rocket Detailer pretty much solved the biggest question. While the community did help out with like other behind the scenes aspects, Rand was a huge help in the sales and marketing.
Why did you choose to work with me over everyone else out there?
Yeah, it's a good question, man. So actually, about a year ago, or Rand reached out to me. I reached out to Rand one way or another, and it wasn't a good time, and I wasn't ready to take the business to the next level. And so from then to when I did, use Rand systems and work with him, yeah, it was just like I saw over that time how much credibility he gained, like all these people that are working with him. I've heard good things, and it's just there's a lot of proof. I mean, it's just really simple. It's just like he does a good work for a lot of people. He gets a lot of people leads. He gets a lot of people jobs. And then what was a really cool thing too was he had all that proof and I was still unsure. And he said, okay, well, use a free trial. There's no harm. And that was just like, that was ice on the cake. I used the free trial. It worked well. And pretty much there was no questions after that.
Yeah, no, dude, that's awesome. How much has Rocket Detailer generated you? You came on board in the program full time the end of July, like July 30th. How much has we're
Hmm.
now October 28th. So we're about to pass, we're 90 days. How much has
Yep.
Rocket Detailer booked you, generated you in the last 90 days, gross sales?
It's somewhere in the range here of 70 to 80,000.
I think we did. Yeah, that's crazy. How does that process with you?
It's awesome, man. I think it's cool, man. It's simple. You get to work on cars. It's a fun business to run, and then you can make a lot of good money doing it. And so Ryan's helped a lot with that part.
We did 11,000 in the first 30 days. Then you got another contractor, and we did 22,000 in September, and then October this month we're gonna bring you about 40,000 to 45,000. We'll see where it ends. That's going to put you at about 75,000, 73, 74,000 with us. Wow, that's crazy. And I think on ads in total we spent about 12 grand to make that.
Yeah.
It's about 15%, sub 20%. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So, man, how much has this absolutely just changed everything for you in the business, life?
It's huge, man, because now that I have a system that I can trust, it actually clears a lot of questions and I can look at next steps, right? I can look at growing even further. When you don't have that system in place, then you can't even think about what you want to do next year. You can't even think about the next big steps. You're still kind of stuck and trying to figure out what's tomorrow looking like rather than what's next year looking like and what can we do in the future here. I think also too, man, like it's super cool. I was just talking to Rand. Like I got to give my mom a really nice birthday gift. And I get to go like buy a cool car I like, have financial security and work on like paying off the mortgage. Like there's just a lot of different aspects of life as a whole when you have the consistent income, man. I think it brings a lot of peace in your life. So I'd say that's the biggest thing.
Man, that's awesome. So, before Rocket Detailer, the business was doing how much in sales?
I think in July we did somewhere in the 20 to 25, somewhere in that range.
So, month one in August, what did we do in total sales?
Yeah, August we did 40,000.
Okay, let's go. In September, you did 45,000, right?
September we did 45, yep.
And this month, October, we're gonna hit 70. Let's go. So,
Heck
boom.
yeah, dude.
We took the business from about low 20s to $70,000 in 3 months with the system. That's awesome. Where do you think you'd be today with this business if you hadn't joined this program?
I actually don't think we would have grown. I think it probably would have been the other way around. In Minnesota, I mean, it's not exactly perfect weather in late October in Minnesota. Like it's 45 out there. It's a little bit gloomy. I think if I was relying on organic or, any other system, I think it'd be probably worse than September and probably worse than August. So I think it'd actually be the exact opposite of hitting the best month versus, oh, this is actually probably the worst month we've had in a little bit. So I'd say, yeah, it just changed the whole trajectory.
That's awesome, man. What would you say to somebody on the fence about working with Rocket Detailer or me joining the program? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I just had a call with, someone that just joined on to Rocket Detailer and they were asking me a lot of the same questions, like straight up, why should I join? And I would say, why shouldn't you? Because I think if you have a business and a service-based business, the goal is to, serve as many people as you can and make good money. I mean, straight up, everyone I know that's worked with Rand has done that. So if you want to make more money, have more sales, then you sign on with Rand.
I think for you as well, we told you that we would place you a virtual assistant. How was the overall experience
Yeah.
been getting everything you paid for? How was the overall experience? And how would you, I know you've actually worked with other marketing companies, other people who claim to do marketing. How was your experience with them versus here?
From the jump, I mean, one cool thing is that Brian has good experience in not only the detailing industry, but just the service-based industry as a whole. And so he can actually kind of, help you when it comes to like, of course he knows the marketing, of course he knows the ads, but like I got to talk with him. It's like, it's not only marketing ads, right? You need good employees to do the jobs or, just employees to do the jobs. And so then you can have more sales. And so I got like the advice through that. I was also talking with Rand. One thing is I don't know if it's every marketing company does this, but a lot of my experience is you sign on and usually it's, the owner or one of the top guys signs you on. And then you're talking with a virtual assistant from there on out. And sometimes, man, you have bigger questions like, very, very big questions and like you have issues and so that's not something that they can always handle. And so that was definitely an issue in the past. I think a lot of people feel like that when they sign up with the market agency, they're skeptical for good reason. Yeah, once I signed on, there was no skepticism. It's actually funny because Rand he actually tells me sometimes he's like, Drew, like we haven't heard from you for a while, man. You all good? I'm just like, Yeah, bro, I'm just working. Like, there's nothing to complain about. There's no problems to bring up if everything's going good, right? There's nothing really to be said. It's just time to get to work. So definitely very different than other marketing agencies.
What was your experience with other people? You paid them all this money, and what was the experience again? How long did it take for them to get ads live? What was the
Yeah.
ROI? And this was also another bigger company in the space, connected with some notable people, name brands in the mobile detailing space. What was your experience?
I was really shocked because when I signed on with Rand, I asked him about like the ads and stuff, and I think quite literally after I signed on, the ad went up a day or two later. Um, I think it was within 48 hours for sure. And so that was really cool because at the end of the day, it's like you pay to get seen. And so I guess one issue I had in the past was there were really high level promises that maybe they didn't live up to, not bad intentions or anything, but Rand is quite the opposite, where he's just like, hey, this is what we do. He just gives it to you straightforward and then just gets to work, versus having like a high level promise. And then it's like, oh, I'm waiting, 2 to 5 weeks to get the ads dropped, or, I got to go through a whole lot of, I mean, one nice thing too is if you don't want to, a lot of other companies will require you to provide your own film, provide your own photo shoots, provide your own scripts and stuff. You don't have to do that with Rand. He can kind of just have like an ad set he knows that works without you having to do all that, and then launch it in a day or two, which is like it doesn't get more convenient than that. So the other experience I had to provide all my own film, all my own scripts and stuff, provide that, and then the ad gets dropped a month later, which is it's not convenient at all. So I'd say the convenience was the biggest difference. That was super cool.
Love it. I think you paid someone. You paid them. It took them 30 days to get ads live, and then when you did get ads live, what was your ROI again with the other people? I think you spent 800 in ads, and then you made back what?
Like a 1100.
You paid the marketing company almost $5,000. It took them 30 days to get your ads live. When they did get your ads live, the 2 week ROI was you spent 800 and you made not even double, not counting employee costs, materials,
Definitely
supplies.
lost money after paying everything.
You
Yeah.
lost money. I think, and then I helped you get a refund from them. I helped you position yourselves, get a refund. Like, this has been a terrible experience. And then
Yep.
gave
Yep.
you the trial. You came on here, and then now we've made $70,000. How much would you have missed out on if God hadn't pulled us together? How much do you think you would have missed out on? Do you think you would have hit anywhere close to 70 grand this month?
Nah, man, I'd say if I was working with another company, I'd be hoping to hit like in the 20, 30K range with lower margins. So it wouldn't have even been worth it, man. I mean, like Ryan said, the margins are actually not only is it like, oh, like, I hit a high, sales month, but the margins are actually really good too. I mean, you drop, was it 6,000 on ads and then
You make
five.
40 to 45.
Yep, exactly, man. So you're making like around a seven times ROI. And so if you just think about that, it's like, would you pay $1 to get $7 out? It's like seems like a good deal to me. So can't complain.
Love it. No, man, that's awesome. How would you say the coaching has been? Because a lot of times you're working with people who they know how to scale, but they don't know how to scale fast. And there's guys who it took them 4 or 5 years to hit
Yeah.
30, 40, 50K. We took you there. We took you from 20 to 70K in 3 months. Like, that's how I scaled my pressure washing detailing company. I took it to $27,000 a month in 3 months. You're friends with other people we work with, and we've helped them scale to $50,000 plus a month in months, in the matter of just months, right? The biggest thing is, um, how has the coaching aspect been? Because there's been times you came to me at the beginning of September, you were like, yeah, you had this, you had that. And I kind of had to, like, I was like, hey, it was a lot of mindset stuff. You were at the beginning of September, something had happened and you were like, I'm thinking of just maintaining. And I'm like, man, what are you doing maintaining? You got to grow. You got to always be on attack. I kind of gave you some coaching on business mindset coaching on how to think, how to actually push forward and grow. And that allowed us to hit
100%.
that $70,000 month. I gave you what you need to do. How would you rate that aspect? Have you gotten that anywhere else before? Just being able to talk to someone who's done it, direct access, you're able to speak with them for an hour sometimes, then just pouring into you coaching. How has that aspect been?
Yeah, that's been so huge, man. And like I said, like at the end of the day, there's market and sales, but then, you also have to have a good system in place and like know what you're doing to make the most of it. And so I think a big issue I've had with, other people in the past in the detailing space is, I'm like 22 years old. And I'm a younger guy, but like in detailing, that's like maybe that's Unk. I don't know. It's a little it's a little bit older. So I think one issue I had in the past was like a lot of the people like when it comes to marketing or mentorship or like business formation, they're just younger than me and they just don't have a whole lot of experience. And I think maybe their intentions aren't poor, but it's just like trying to take advice from someone who just maybe doesn't have the experience or like maybe isn't qualified to do so. And then with Rain, like you see like he already had his like pressure washer company that did well. And then not only that, but Rain's been running Facebook ads for like 7 years. So it's just at the end of the day, man, it's like sometimes you'll talk to these marketers like, oh, I had my own detailing company that was doing 20K a month or something. It's like, well, it's like I'm past that. So it's like, can I trust you to scale me further? Probably not, right? And so I think the biggest thing is just like it's just straight up like it's the same thing with the proof. Like Ryan just has credibility, he has experience when it comes to sales, when it comes to managing people, when it comes to mindset, of course, and like Ryan's very successful himself, and so you want to surround, I mean, me personally, I want to surround myself with people that are more successful than me, who have done more than me, and so it's kind of hard when you're, taking advice from people who haven't lived as much life or haven't, hit the numbers you want to hit versus Rand who's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a lot in my companies and I've been through this issue. And so Rand's just been through it and he has really good experience. And so, yeah, I definitely trust you and I trust Rand for anything when it comes to, sales, marketing, mindset, managing people. Yeah, he's just very trustworthy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. The biggest thing is there's guys like I know other guys in the detail space. It took them like I know one guy it took him 4 years to hit 20,000 a month. It took other people like
Yeah.
4 years to hit 40,000 a month. I'm like, man, that's not impressive in the service business. You started your business last year. You took it to 20K a month. You started working with us. We took it to 70. I'm like, that's not impressive. If it takes you 4 years to hit 40,000 a month, why are you coaching people? Like that's not to say 40,000 a month isn't impressive. It's not that hard to hit it in 4 years. We take detailing, we take guys who
Yeah.
from less than 1 year in business to 40, 50K. You're friends with Jacob, you're friends with Chris, you're
Yep.
friends with multiple people we do that with, right? So like my point is a lot of these guys, they just don't impress me. I'm not going to name drop. They don't impress me because it just
Hmm.
took them so long to hit 40,000 a month. I'm like, man, that's not that much money. I hit 30,000, 27,000 my third month. We took Drew his third
Right.
month with us to 70 grand. We added $75,000 in 3 months. Like that to me, that's impressive. So, man, I appreciate you jumping on, Drew. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for Drew for letting me interview you. If you're watching this right now and you're interested in working together or you have questions about the program, then I want you to book a call right now, right? Go to rocketdetailer.com, book a call with us, see if you qualify for our 5-day trial. My team will deep dive to see if it makes sense for us to do business with you. If it does, we'll get you on the trial. And then after the trial, we'll see if you qualify. Other than that, thank you and talk soon. Ciao.